Welcome to Toc Time.
Well, it's lovely to be here.
Hi Parker. It's a lovely Sunday here, nice and sunny and really warm.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, it's like coats indoor weather.
Anyway, today we're here to talk to you about the last parliamentary Environmental Audit Committee, which was on the 18th of December, taking us a bit of time after the Christmas rush.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely amazing. We're really grateful for Parliament taking this on. There's been, at least 20 years in the industry of working really hard, so thank you to all the people out there, auditors, brands, consumers that are making the right choices. So the Parliamentary Committee focused on two main issues for the last one, which was the non-payment of minimum wage in Leicester, and also the UK policies around textile waste.
I think also both of us would like to make a special mention about Mary McCree, who is quite possibly one of the most impressive women I think that I've ever seen.
We're totally crashing on Mary right now.
She's amazing.
She's absolutely amazing. We really can't thank you enough, and for everyone else on the panel as well.
And for somebody whose background isn't that, to make such aware and informed questions and choices is just incredible. It really is.
She's absolutely kicking ass.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I guess first up was
the non-compliance of minimum wage in Leicester.
And if you haven't seen this yet, we will provide a link to our website on our resources section, where we will list the four parliamentary investigations. It was absolutely amazing, better than Netflix for me this week, really. The first subject was quite incredible, and
there was quite a lot of oh my goodness, I can't believe that, I can't believe that they're saying that, I can't believe that.
We actually had quite a few facial expressions. A little bit, it was like watching Netflix. We were like, okay, a few of them.
Why don't they just answer the question?
And I know we're making a little bit of fun about it, but we need to be light-hearted a little bit. But it just goes to show just exactly what we've said in our last Toc Time as well.
Yeah, just sorry to interrupt, but a little, just while it's fresh in my head, a little proviso about compliance of wage payment in Leicester. It's not to say that all manufacturing places in Leicester are bad, and that's certainly not the case. Natasha has a lot of knowledge in this area.
And that's exactly what I was saying this morning. When I really got into ethical trade was back in 2005, my first pangs, before I even knew what ethical trade was. I was producing my own label of sleepwear in Scotland, and I could really see the challenges in every single manufacturing unit around us, and each one was just closing down by the week. It was really upsetting to watch, and for all the business owners as well. But what I would say is, if I was to produce again in the UK, Leicester would be the first place that I'd go to. There's a lot of talent there, some great production, and I'd highly recommend it. And we're hoping to have a bit of a sourcing section on the website as well, to encourage, and to promote some really good factories down there as well,
and also
to help designers out.
Yeah, also to realise that to make any significant change, there has to be an investment in the infrastructure, and that's only going to happen if workers are valued, workers continue to gain rights that they haven't had access to, if workers are given knowledge that they haven't had access to. It's really short-sighted of employers, I think. Well, I don't know if you would agree, but I think it's really short-sighted of employers to treat workers in such a dismissive fashion, to treat workers almost as if they're machines.
We were actually talking about this regardless anyway, let's face it, throughout, not just the fashion industry, but every business, where do you get treated the worst generally at work?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Another point of this committee is, them talking about transparency and all these things, but with non-disclosure agreements, it's going to be incredibly difficult for anyone to talk about ethics and sustainability. And they should not be included.
No.
Absolutely not. You know, if we want these severe, you know, breaches and exploitation of workers and the environment to come to a head, everybody needs to be able to speak about it.
Without any fear that their career in the present or in the future is going to be harmed. And the reality is, with non-disclosures, that people who find themselves in a position that they don't want to be in are never ever going to be able to do anything about it. They're never going to be able to move on in that industry. They're never going to be able to find work with another employer without having the worry that something that they have highlighted that is completely wrong in the chain isn't getting fixed. You know, it's just...
And another good thing about the committee was the recognition of Sir David Metcalfe's recommendations for the revisions of the Modern Slavery Act. And if you're out there in Australia, your Modern Slavery Act came in November, came into Parliament and crossed all the houses in November 2018, so only a couple of months ago. So you're on the same path, you know, as basically the UK. So this is really relevant to you. And if you think it's just your, you know, the businesses that are over, well, 36 million in the UK, I might be quoting, I think it's $100 million in dollars in Australia. I could be wrong on that one. But it's not just them, because it'll affect all the businesses underneath them. And actually we find that quite often it's the smaller businesses that really do have community first.
Yeah, of course. When you can, if you can recognise somebody as a human rather than just being part of your net profit, then I think that's halfway towards, you know, actually having a decent kind of working environment for people, which is what I'm concerned about. I mean, I really, you know, I think it's very, very important not to lose sight of the fact that we're going to a very, very scary level of production where human life seems to be less important than the actual end product. That's something that, you know, if you think about it, that is like actual what we would think of as slavery, that we would be horrified, but we are all complicit because we all buy goods that are produced in that way.
So
it's just that it's
hopefully we can help take some of the sweat out of that in the coming months and years with you all. And another interesting stat I thought was that was it 28 out of 28 factories investigated, 14 had breaches as well. So that's a 50% hit rate. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about the products you buy, what happens if 50% of the products you buy have a hit rate of exploitation in them? We all have a part to play in this.
And I think without leading you in any way, I think if you do take the time to watch these debates, you will see a very, very clear pattern emerging of people from, say, bigger businesses with maybe more practices that need to be examined, also have been very, very adept at not answering questions and very, very adept at swerving questions that are difficult. Again,
but once again,
transparency.
You know, transparency. They're slammed by non-disclosures as well. So we really do treat this with understanding and kindness.
Absolutely.
But, you know, let's just round up Leicester, shall we, and get on to the next issue. Leicester, we really believe in you, absolutely, and hope that every single brand that is producing in Leicester really supports those factories and suppliers to any kind of remediation, and, you know, also financially. Leicester, you deserve, you know, you're doing well, and also you don't want to push those exploitation issues into other countries as well. That's not what this is about. So the second subject is...
So one of the really interesting kind of debates was the volume, right? So the sheer volume of manufacturing, in particular items like fast fashion, and what happens to these items once they come to the end of their life. You know, I have items of clothing that I've had for 20 years, I buy vintage clothing that has been on the planet for 70 years, you know, whereas I would say the generation now are used to going into shops, you know, without naming names, but being able to buy an outfit for £10, £12, you know, £20, and buying a new one every weekend, so they're not seen in the same outfit. So what happens to that? What happens to that, which isn't high quality clothing, that isn't going to last a lifetime, is made of fabric that is bad for the environment, that isn't going to degrade in the environment? Where does that all go? How do you deal with that at the end of its life? And the end of those garments' lives is a lot quicker than, say, you know, I don't know, like an item of clothing that was, you know, bought and well loved and looked after for 50 years.
And SCAP is held, brought up and mentioned quite a lot here.
What's SCAP?
Sustainable Coalition Action Plan.
Sorry about that. This will be linked at the end as well.
SCAP,
Yeah.
but actually no, it's not. It's on our resources section again on the website, and in the resources section it'll come under a couple of headings, but one of the one is, if you're a designer out there, one of the best ways you can influence and really help is right from that design stage in environmental impact. So we have put, you know, a section in there for designers, and that will link you to SCAP as well, and some of the suggestions they have, and, you know, leading processes. But there was quite a good, you know, a really good debate on this one as well, and the example they gave is, you know, it's actually quite hard to identify when a clothing item has had its end of life, you know, other than, what's it called, tidying up with,
you know. We're trying to educate ourselves into not buying as many things, and sparking joy. I'm sure it's the buzzword du jour, isn't it? Everybody seems to love it.
Yeah, so I mean actually, it has helped me greatly. You know, just sort of let go of a few things and put them into circulation for other people to use. But yes, does it spark joy? And that is how you can tell whether it's, you know, it's the end of life for you.
Yeah.
So the example that they used with the Environmental Committee was batteries. You know, a battery has a clear end of life. And I think it's something I hadn't heard of before, and I thought, that's so true, isn't it? And the other challenge is that a lot of the fabrics are mixed fabrics and they can't be separated. But there is a lot of work and a lot of investment in those technologies at the moment. So I guess we should watch that space in the next few years for that. Absolutely. So I wonder if there's much else. So I mean, really, if we just to round up that parliamentary, non-disclosures, we would really strongly suggest that they didn't include ethics and sustainability, so exploitation can bubble right to the top and people feel comfortable, and we're really sorry if you are being exploited right now. We have put on our resources section as well for, you know, victims and the sites that they can go to in the UK, and hopefully as the years develop we will move that into different countries as well. But we are very sorry and supportive, and to make those confidential calls and to protect yourself. You can only help just the same as we're trying to. So we really look forward to
spending some more time with you, being able to talk about the issues that we find important and that keep us awake at night, if we're being honest.
And also to Parliament as well. They're giving out their recommendations in February. We will keep you posted on what those recommendations are. Head to our resources section on our website, and we will list those parliamentary debates. If you work in sustainability, if you work in ethics, if you're interested, watch all four. They're quite lengthy. They're about 3 hours each, but well worth the watch.
Absolutely.
And to Parliament, just to show how, you know, how much we respect what you're doing, and to support you. There is a little cameo, I wouldn't call it a dance as such, maybe a wiggle movement with Parker and myself. Susan left us home one day too long. So you can see that as our next post on the YouTube channel. Join us on Toc Time.
Toc Time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.